Hello Internet! Today I'm walking, and this is because I'm sort of challenging myself. I've gave myself a new challenge. I want to be totally clear. This is not a New Year's resolution in no way, shape or form. This is a series where I'm going to document my success or failure in trying to achieve something that I've achieved before. Running 10 kilometers without stopping. When I say running, I actually mean more like jogging, but the term of running, well, the definition of running anyway. So, able to run without stopping for 10k. I think that my brother would probably say, you don't need to have any goal settings or challenges or anything, just do it. Anyone can run 10k even without no prior training, and I tend to agree, at least if you are normally built, if you're not excessively obese or something, or you have some other major physical limitation. I would agree, you could probably go out running and run 10k without a problem. Oh no, not without a problem, that's the catch. You can probably, because we humans, we can do much more than we actually think we do. Maybe I'll draw a graph somewhere and put it on here. Something that I learned when I was in the Airforce. What our mother thinks we are capable of, and what we ourselves think we are capable of. The officers think that we are capable of, and then lastly, what we actually are capable of. And those levels do not line up whatsoever. So that's rather cool, I think. So with that said, why do I need a challenge or a goal setting or documenting this journey? Well, I've done it before. I ran 10k before, but I did it before I was really ready. I'd run 5 and 6Ks perhaps before. It was a couple of years ago. I don't remember exactly, but it went downhill from there because I was injured. I was running and I felt very good that particular day that I'd run 10k. So I was very glad and happy, but I got backlashed because the days following my legs were hurting. And it turns out I had a pretty common training injury, I would say, that many runners get. That's sort of the base, the setup for this video. And I have also, in the past, used myself of another human condition, which is the wanting to belong condition, also known as group pressure. And I've used that group pressure in conjunction with Facebook in order to try to lose some weight. And that's also way back. And since I like doing videos, I thought this might be a good idea. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. There's the reasons. As I said earlier, I could probably, I don't know, I'm not going to try, but I could probably run 10k right now if my life depended on it. But it doesn't. So, therefore, I'm going to take it slow. Actually, rather ridiculously slow. That's why I'm walking. And that's what I did the last time. I started walking. I did lots of things last time, and I'm intending to repeat those steps or that process, but I'm going to be even slower this time so that I don't injure myself. Because the funny thing, no, it's not actually funny at all, it's very depressing. When I got injured, all my good intentions, well, sort of went down the drain. and I got not that happy, a bit of a down mood, I think. And also I gained quite a lot of weight. Well, quite a lot. Well, I guess I'm back to my sort of normal weight, and I really liked being a bit lighter and stronger, and I was a bit happier because, well, that's something for another video, I think, but this physical exercise is more for at least for me, more for the saneness of the mind than looking good at the beach. Well, if you look good at the beach, that's a bonus, but that's not the main goal here. So I'm just rambling, and I'm walking here in the forest path. This is one of my usual paths that I've been walking so many times. I just forgot, I have not turned on my smartwatch today. There's quite a lot of tinkering with the phone that I'm recording on, because that's something that I also would like to address. This series is not going to be as cinematic or with as high production value as some of the other work that I've done, because I frankly don't have the time to do it, nor the equipment. I've tried to vlog with the G80, and it gives a very nice picture, and it's fairly stable. But right now I'm using my Samsung phone. It's an S9, I think, S9 Plus, yes. And I use the Osmo, DJI Osmo mobile gimbal. I hope that the sound is all right, because it's rather windy. I don't know if you can tilt it up and see how the trees are sort of waving. Oh, that's a nice composition. I'll get out of the frame. That's rather nice. Oh well. So, where was I? This is just a long rambling video about my reasons and my learning to do this. So, if you want to join me in this sort of 10k challenge, you are more than welcome. There might be a tip or two for anyone who hasn't run 10k or has run 10k and lost the ability, just like me. Right now it's noon. You might not think that, but it's actually noon, and it's not very sunny, and the sun is not up very many hours anyway. The plan is, firstly, I mean, there's so many small steps to achieve a goal, and I've been trying to understand how I can trick my own mind and trick myself into doing things that I know is good for me, but it's not necessarily the thing that I would like to do because it's exhausting or painful or something. So the first thing is to continue walking. I've not really stopped walking, but I have not been as just spitting out a frog. I've not been as consistent as I've been lately, because prior I always had at least one walk a day, so that I came up to the magical number of 10,000, and then the 10,000 steps, not 10k, but 10,000 steps. That's sort of a consensus within the medical community, that if you walk at least 10,000 steps a day, that's considered okay, I think. And when I go walking, usually I do that very early in the morning, so I don't know if that's going to be filmable anyway, because it's pitch black then. I'll probably need to put on a headlamp or something. I don't know if that's going to be enjoyable video to watch, but whatever. So when I do that, I usually end up, oh, this is fun. There's a sign that says Broadway. Well, it's in the middle of the forest anyway, but oh, it's sort of a marked path. I'll make a video about that because that's crazy. It's actually connected with the awesome watermill video that I did a couple of days ago. Because in this forest, there's just a ton of crazy stuff going on. There's, well, yeah, for another video, but there's lots of crazy stuff going on here. Where was I? My mind is wandering. Oh, well, about this walking, yeah, 10,000 steps. So, when I go for a walk in the morning, and I usually try to get in one walk at lunch break, and then I usually set, and I most often end up with about 13,000 steps each day. That's good, because I feel better, and I also think that somewhere around there is the magical threshold for me that I actually are starting to lose some weight if I are mindful of what I'm eating. Because that's another thing that I think I've sort of figured out. Training is very good and all to get strong and mentally sane, but it's not that very good for losing weight. Losing weight, the quickest way is to decrease the intake of calories, i.e. eat less, or eat less dense food. That translates into vegetables. That's also a video that might be come up sometime later, because I've done quite a lot of crazy stuff with regards to those health issues. Just like Joe Cross, if anyone knows. This is rather famous with the Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead movies 1 and 2. So I've done these juice fasts multiple times. I don't know how many times I've done them. 4 or 5 times, 6 perhaps. I've also done dry fasts. Not that many times. I think I've done that 2 times. And I've tried to get in sync with my Cadian cycle, I think it's called, which is the method of having restricted windows of eating. It's been rather... Oh! Look at here. I'm back at the mill. I'm crossing the creek here. If I turn like this, you'll see. How do I... Oh, this is mirroring. Oh, wrong way. There's the mill. Oh, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about all my crazy experiments with food and what to eat and what not to eat and when to eat and when not to eat, and all that kind of thing. And I think I'll leave all that for separate videos because I would say it's rather extensive. Well, back to another point that I actually spoke about in the beginning, and that point being this is not a New Year's resolution. And why is that? Because many times when you make that kind of resolution or commitment, I mean, this challenge is also a commitment without that, but we do that type of commitment, you need to be really, really engaged and inspired to do it. Otherwise, there's a very good chance that you will fail. And the reason for that, I think, is because then you need to use your willpower in order to do what you think you should be doing. Like going up earlier in the morning, go out walking immediately after you woke up, or don't eat that last bit of pie or whatever. And in my experience, there is a finite amount of willpower. So you need to use it wisely and sparingly. Otherwise you will snap, at least I will. So that's why I'm taking baby steps now in order to preserve my willpower so that I actually can stay on the path of walking daily, getting to my 10,000 steps a day consistently. And I need to do that for quite a bit of time. And that's because I want to build a habit. I've already had the habit, but I've sort of lost it. So I have to retrain myself to this habit again. And that's why this process will be a long one. But hopefully, if I take it slow enough, it will stick. And that's the important thing. I think you change your lifestyle. That's the word I was looking for, lifestyle. You need to change lifestyle in order to make these things stick. I mean, just preparing for this video, it takes a bit of time. And that's no problem when you're free. But when you're not, lower my ambitions. I need to lower my own expectations and my production value. I already done that in a way by not recording this in 4K. But this is a very quick and dirty setup. This is not a filmmaker's setup, but it doesn't need to be, I guess. This is just a vlog of me walking towards the path of a healthier lifestyle. If you made it this far, I congratulate you, because I am not particularly interesting, I would say. And in a way, I'm not trying to either. But I would like to have at least a couple of people liking this so much that they can be my group pressure, so that I feel that I don't let them down if I don't continue to make videos about my process, my goal towards 10K. What I usually do is I look out the window, I look at the weather forecast device that we have, see how warm and cold it is, and then I dress according to the weather. And put on the clothes that you think will fit to go out and just stand still for a while. And it's a bit cold, then you're probably perfectly dressed. The question: are you able to run 10K? If not, would you like to be able to? And finally, are you interested in joining me with this challenge? Leave a comment in the comment sections down below. Well, you know the drill. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. I just realized I'm a real chatterbox. And now I'm crossing the creek that I made some glass ball videos on. The actual mill. Chop, 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 chop. And no one would like to listen to bad audio. Stab your ear, stab your ear. There's anyone left here watching this super long video, remember, audio is very important. Very important. Or maybe I should have one of those singer's hats, like taped on the sheet. Super crisp audio. You'll even get my smacking. That's not called smacking. In Swedish it's called smacking. I don't know what it's called in English.